Hello! Yes, let's be having it. Hello, my name is Ash, 3-time regional finalist of the Charles Manson lookalike competition. I always like to bring this up at the start because comics always talk about who they look like, and well, for me the issue is that I look like the worst people that have ever existed. For example, Charles Manson. Another one, Yorkshire Ripper Peter Sutcliffe. Doesn't go down well when you are single trying to chat up ladies. Hello there, dear. Have you ever dated a homicidal serial murderer who killed 13 women with a ballpoint hammer? No? Well, it's your lucky night tonight, baby. The best one I've actually ever had was that someone once said to me that I look like the singer James Blunt if You're Beautiful hadn't been a hit. You can't knock facts, though. Pretty fucking spot on, isn't it? Want to talk dead briefly about 2016, because we mentioned death earlier. It happened a lot, didn't it? David Bowie, Alan Rickman, Victoria Wood, the last of the original chimp from the PG Tips commercials. Some of you didn't know about that, sorry to break the news. Christmas Day, George Michael died. We all felt quite bad about it, and then, well, we all did the same last Christmas joke we all thought we came up with on Facebook. And then the Queen nearly died as well. There was a rumour that the Queen was unwell. And this is a true story, and I think people go, oh, 2016, it got to the Queen. And I like to think, guys, that when that news got out, somewhere in Sandringham, Prince Charles was eyeing up a calendar, rubbing his chin, pondering and thinking to himself, well, it is 2016, and I've had a woman killed before and made it look like an accident. Oh, the fucking Prince Charles Club's in, sorry. I do that joke, you know, I do that joke. And every time I get that reaction, and every time I do it, I think to myself, fucking hell, Ash, mate, if you ever do the Royal Variety Show. Just turned 30. Don't fucking patronise me. I turned 30 and I didn't know what to really do about it. I felt bad about leaving my 20s. I had a bit of an existential crisis, but I didn't see what you think about what I did for my 30, if it was a good or bad thing. I went to a beer festival. Good. I drank too much 8% cider. I had a cry. And then I watched 2 hours of Thomas the Tank Engine on YouTube. Because I am that fucking cool, guys. Don't do the theme tune. It's all CGI now, mate. We've all left it behind. I've just been at the Edinburgh Fringe last week, so that's why my voice sounds like someone who's been giving a blowjob to a horse all afternoon. But I did some shows, and you end up doing some weird audiences. I ended up being a last-minute replacement on an all-black comedy showcase, which, as you can see, bit of a miscasting there. And I went on and I decided to address this at the start. I said, how many black people do we have in the room? And everyone at the back went, yeah. And I said, well, how many white people do we have? And everyone at the front went, way. And I was like, what a surprise. White people hogging all the good seats as usual. Hate to break it to you guys, it's been 60 years, it's not a bus, get the fuck over it. Hey, guys, the brothers love that fucking joke, guys. I did another one where we had children in the audience, which was terrifying. We had children in the audience, and I just thought, Christ, what am I going to say on stage? What jokes can I do? And I was like, fidget spinners. I've got a joke about fidget spinners. Kids love fidget spinners. I then started doing the routine, then realised the punchline to that joke was Kiddie Fiddler. Not going to do the joke, you've heard the punchline, but you can imagine just how horrific the middle of that joke was for the parents in the room. I'm going to finish on a story that happened to me about 2 weeks ago. I was finishing a gig, and I don't drive, and I perform a lot in Liverpool and Manchester, and it's a late job comedy, so you have to get late trains. I get this train that people like to call the drunk train. I like to call it Agatha Christie's Murder on the Trans Pennine Express. And there was one seat available. There's one seat there. And the woman next to the seat was a nun. And also she had a bag on the seat, which that's a bad habit. Get fucked, great pun. And I said, is anyone sat there? And she went, yes. But there was no one sat there, mate. I can only assume she reserved it for God, who created the world in 7 days, but he fucking loves an off-peak rail saver when he can find one. And I calmed down about it, I let it stew, I got wired up annoyed about it, I took a picture of her, tweeted it to Greater Manchester Police, as you do. Stood in the middle of the aisle, drunk people to the left of me, Hindus to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you, we're fine. A woman knocked a Pringle tin over on the floor, ate them off the floor like a fucking mule. This is the kind of train I was dealing with here. And then I turned around 10 minutes later. What did I see? What did I see? I tell you what I saw. You. Not actually you, but metaphorically you. A woman, a drunk woman I got on the train with, was now sat in the seat that I asked politely for and wasn't allowed the seat next to the nun. So what did she have to do, guys? What did she do to get that seat? A vow of chastity? Does she know all the lyrics to Sister Act 1 and 2? Because guess who fucking does? And you know the most humiliating thing, the most offensive thing about this entire situation was, right? You would think, guys, you would think, but after 2,000 years, a nun sees someone who looks like me on a train, she'd welcome me with open arms. For the power and the glory, amen. Guys, you've been lovely. I'm going to have a panic attack. Guys, have a great night. I've been Preston. Stay alive.